What's up, core nerds? Time to get served. It's your boy Phil. What do you get when you mix ton of back child support, a crying inmate, a judge that doesn't want to hear it anymore, and a boss that actually cares? A great clip. Let's roll, nerds.
Mr. Wilkerson, the court file reflects an address of 406 Harrison Street. You have a continuing obligation to keep in front of the court informed of any change of address. If you're mailed a notice at 406 and you move to 411, you're not going to get the notice. Go ahead, Mr. Wilkerson.
Yes, sir. I lived at 406. That was a while ago, but I have changed my address, and I got one letter from the friend of the court, and that's when I stayed at 411 Harrison Street, but I stayed at the very bottom apartment 2. I got the first letter stating that y'all might have was going to give me a court date, but that was the only letter I have gotten. But other than that, I haven't received nothing else because our mail, like I was just telling the deputy here, the mail people, they put different people's mail in our mailboxes, and so we hardly get any of our mail. But I've received one letter from them though, and that was it, and that was at a 411 apartment 2. I live in apartment 1 now. I just stay in the front of the house.
Well, isn't 406 and 411 two different households?
It's right at 406 is right across the street from me, and that's
okay.
my fiance's aunt's house.
Well, you need to be checking your fiance's mail, Mr. Wilkerson. When you get released from jail, you need to go to the front of the court and fill out a form with your change of address. You were mailed notices, not letters, but notices to appear, and you ignored those letters. One was mailed in January 26th. You mailed an order. And also,
my fiance's aunt, she pretty much gives us all our mail, but she haven't gave me nothing like that. And like I said, I received that the house that I'm living at now. I've only gotten one statement because I would have never missed court. I would have been here because my fiance's going through it. She can't work. I'm the only one that can work. So, I mean, and they have been taking out child support when I was working through Express Temp Service.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Wilkerson, hold on. You're aware that you have an obligation to pay child support, correct?
Yes, sir. They was taking out child support out of my check when I was going through Express.
Okay, so Mr. Wilkerson, hold on. If you knew you had an obligation to pay child support and you were not paying it, there's a really, really good chance there's a bench went out for your arrest. If you're not paying child support, you're not maintaining contact with the front of the court. That's the bottom line.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hicks, what's the situation on Mr. Wilkerson?
Your Honor, this case has a current monthly support obligation of $267 per month. The current arrears balance is $17,196.43. The last payment we received was December 23rd of 2022 in the amount of $50.54, and that was from a temporary service.
How much was that in December? $50?
$50.54.
Were there any payments before December of 2022?
Yes, Your Honor, we did receive payments. In total in December of 2022, we received $209.81. In November, we received $45.18. And in October, we received $63.41. That's the sum total of payments we've received since this case was registered in the state of Michigan.
Right,
can I say something?
Go ahead, Mr. Wilkerson.
With those jobs that was taken out that she just said, those came from the Temp Service Express. And that's the places I was when I was working. And with my fiance's sciatic nerve problem, and she was the only one at the house with our 7-month-old, I had to leave work, but I had doctor's notes, and they did not accept my doctor's notes because they didn't care. But that's the reason why they was getting payments out. That's why I had that job, because I even called the child support, and I forgot who I talked to, stating that I was working, and gave them the express information, and then that's how they was able to get my information from Express, because I do not dodge. I mean, I did turn it in, and I'm working now.
Mr. Wilkerson,
yes,
hold on here. You're giving that information that's really not relevant. And you have an obligation to pay child support that was initiated in the state of Tennessee, and that order was sent to Michigan to be enforced. So you
Yes,
are
sir.
sitting on your hands. You have $17,000 in outstanding arrearages. You're delinquent 17,000, not a couple $1,000, but 17,000. You need
Yes,
to
sir.
go down to Tennessee. You need to file a petition down there to reduce your support. You can't afford the 267 a month. The Michigan court cannot reduce that. You need to go to Tennessee to do that. This court,
Yes, sir.
the state of
That's what
Michigan, is
I'm
simply
working.
enforcing the Tennessee order, and you've been
Yes,
ignoring it,
sir.
Mr. Wilkerson. Ms. Six,
That's
what's
what
your
I'm trying to work
recommendation
on.
this morning?
Your Honor, the recommendation of the friend of the court is that we proceed with contempt against Mr. Wilkerson.
Well, I have
Right,
a
Mr.
job.
Wilkerson, hold on, Mr. Wilkerson. I'll give you a chance to ask questions. Do you understand you're being charged this morning with civil contempt of court for failure to pay child support? Upon conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. Because of possibility of jail, you have the right to an attorney. If you're unable to afford an attorney, the court will appoint an attorney to represent you at public expense. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, sir.
Are you requesting a court-appointed attorney?
Yes, because I
Okay.
need to get.
All right, I'm
I
gonna
need
ask
to
you a few
make bonds.
questions. The court's gonna adjourn this matter to Wednesday because we can't get an attorney right on the spot, so the court will adjourn this matter to Wednesday, May 3rd, 11:15 a.m.
So
Are you currently employed, Mr. Wilkerson?
Yes, yes, sir. I work for
With
Oaks
who?
Lawn Care. Oaks Lawn Care.
Oaks, O-A-K-S? Where's Oaks Lawn Care located?
Monroe, Michigan.
Do you work 40 hours a week?
Yes, sir. We just started picking up. He was supposed to be coming to court, bringing a letter for me. And I even had an
Okay.
interview. There you go. That's Mr. Darius. That's my boss.
Yeah. Okay, he's here. Hopefully he can post a bond on your behalf, Mr. Wilkerson, and you can work that off. Do you get paid every week or every 2 weeks?
Every week.
Approximate average take home?
We just started picking up. A good week, I bring home between 4 or 5.
Average take home?
6. Average take home, we just between 6 and 7.
Do you own any property of any value, such as an automobile, bank accounts?
No, sir. I got an express account. That's it, just so I can cash my checks because me and him, he got me the bank account to where I could cash my checks. It's just an express account. It's not no actual bank account.
When did you last get paid?
I got paid just the other day, and it was only $74 because of the rain. Because it had been raining all week, and we hadn't really been able to get out and work. But we do have a full week this week and next week, and been picking up more yards.
All right, the court will grant your request for court attorney, Mr. Wilkerson. The attorney will meet with you in the morning, and the court will schedule us for contempt hearing again on Wednesday, May 10th, 11:15 a.m. That'll be a Zoom. The attorney will talk to you at that time. And Ms. Six, what do you recommend in terms of a bond?
Your Honor, the friend of the court would recommend a $2,000 cash bond based on the testimony of the income that he's currently making.
All right.
Is there any way? Oh, sorry.
Hold on just a minute, sir. Just a minute. Can you state your name for the record?
My name is Darius Hudson.
And Mr. Hudson, you own Oaks Lawn Care, is that correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and so you're acquainted with Mr. Wilkerson?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead, do you have a question?
No, not a question. I just wanted to say something on his behalf. He's correct about us just getting started, and this is his second year with me, and we really built a clientele based on him, and he's such a great worker, and we're just getting started. He lives right on Harrison. We cut grass at the Assembly of God right next to the church, to the police station. He's not a flight risk. If you could just let him get 1 week to get some money in here, because oh my God, like, I don't want to be a beggar, but the guy is such a great worker and he's making the change. I've come through your system. I've paid $70,000 in child support. I owe zero. I have 7 felonies, and I'm able to hire several people in Monroe County, and I really want to work with this guy. He just needs a chance because he is really doing well, So That's it. You know, if he can get to work, he'll be back at work tomorrow laying mulch right here in this very community. He is not a flight risk. He can come back next week to your office and come in there. Next, I'll bring him to you with the payment, you know, when he get his check. But if he stays in there, it's gonna hurt him, me, and you need money. So he needs to work. Wait a minute, man. Wait, stop. Let me talk for you this time. Yeah, he needs to work. I need him in my company. We are really in a position to go somewhere. But I even work a second job, as you can see, 1 day a week, and I took that day off so I can be here to let you guys know that he has support. And my wife runs this store in community. We are not leaving. So if it's possible, he can get a PR for 7 days. You know, this can be your success story. He doesn't do drugs. It's not that type of situation. So that's what I want.
Thank you, Mr. Hudson. Thank you for appearing in the court. Has no doubt that Mr. Wilkerson is a good, dependable employee. But the fact is, he's ignored a child support obligation. This court has an obligation to make sure that child's provided for. He has $17,000 of arrears. I don't know if you heard that, Mr. Hudson. 17,000. This is not a criminal case where the court's not sure about his appearing. This is a court where we need to collect that child support. So at this time, the courts will require that a cash bond be posted of $2,000. If you want to post that, he can be released home for dinner tonight, back to work. You can then collect that from his future earnings. If you know he's gonna.
So I get it. The guy's a hard worker, and his boss is stepping up, coming to the hearing, taking time out of his day. But there's a pretty hefty bill that he has to chalk up to get his boy out. What do you think he's gonna do? Let's find out.
Wednesday, 11:15 for the contempt proceedings.
Okay, that's what we'll have to do, because after this week, I can bring it in. But I've put so much into getting us started this year that I won't have money to bring. But I'm willing to for him because he's worth it, but I don't have it myself at this time. I appreciate you hearing me, and I'll be there Wednesday.
Okay, so 11:15 on Wednesday, Zoom hearing. Mr. Wilkerson, do you have any questions for the court? Maybe you can reach out to other family and friends, but you need to be proactive on this obligation. You need to file a motion with Tennessee to reduce your support. You can't afford the $267 a month, and you need to have a full-time job. You can't be just seasonal, Mr. Wilkerson. There's a couple of suggestions for the court, but this matter will continue to May 10th again, Wednesday, 11:15 a.m. Court will grant your request for corporate attorney, and if you want to be released, you must post a $2,000 cash-only bond. Any questions, Mr. Wilkerson?
So it's 2,000.
Correct. And apply toward your arrears. Not going to court costs or fines. It's going toward your arrears. It's going to go to your
I
child.
understand that, and I would love for that to happen. That's why I've been working on trying to get the tax doctor because I'm in the process of going through the tax doctor, getting my taxes done, because that's a lot of reason why child support after me, because I haven't done my taxes, and my W-2s is just all over the place from where I was traveling, being an iron worker, and then I resigned here, and I'm still trying to get all my mail and information so I can do my taxes.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to get
do you
my
have a cell
rent
number
paid.
that, in case you post bond, I'm gonna give the attorney a cell number. Do you have a cell number you can provide the court?
734-577-7763.
All right. Well, in the event you post bond, you need to appear then on that May 10th at 11:15 a.m. And we'll give the attorney your cell number.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
I'm sorry, May 3rd. I say May 10th. I meant to say May 3rd, Wednesday of this week. The hearing is Wednesday of this week in 2 days, Ms. Wilkerson. May 3rd. I apologize for stating May 10th. Were you able to catch that, Mr. Hudson? It's May 3rd, not May 10th. Okay, looks like Mr. Hudson left. Okay, so anything further, Ms. Hicks?
Nothing further, Your Honor. I'll prepare that order and upload it shortly.
All right, Mr. Wilkerson, you could step out. If you post a bond, you must appear Wednesday of this week, 11:15. If not, then we'll just do them for the county jail on Wednesday for further proceedings. All right, sir, you can step out. Circled on my calendar for some reason. That's
Well, there we have it. He's staying there for the week. His boss couldn't chalk up to 2,000, and you know what? Who could? You can't blame him for sticking his neck out and trying everything he could. But when it comes down to it, money talks in this situation because, hey, the guy has a $17,000 child support bill. You can't blame the judge. Guy hasn't paid. All these people in these working parts trying to help out this guy who was being a deadbeat and finally decides to step up to the plate. Maybe. We don't even know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, set your notifications to all so you never miss these clips. I'm Phil, and you've been served.